5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, my name is Maher and you are looking at a fully legal adult. The big 1-8 here. I can vote! When's the next election? God dang it! Oh yeah, my normal jacket's in the wash. I think his spice and wardrobe is nice. It's like I've worn that thing for over 6 years now. Anyway, let's walk and talk. I've been a minor for 17 years and it's so exhausting.
Do your homework. Go to school. Don't eat dinner at 9 a.m.
Well, would you look at me now, Mom? I will eat steak for breakfast.
Ooh, can I have a piece?
Yeah, sure, Carnage.
Stop.
Jesus Christ, why do people keep breaking into my house?
Come on, man. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and was surpassing me in subscribers. You may have won the battle, but not the war.
Okay.
Anyway, look what I got for your birthday.
What's with you and Bendy?
What's with you and Sonic?
Fair enough. Wow, this looks super accurate to the games. The buttons even look like they do something.
Wow, would you look at the time? I have anywhere to be but here.
Ow, that hurt! Fingers! Ah, God. My steak is definitely burned in that fire. What am I supposed to do now? Hey, what's that off screen? I got it! Art is one of the most creatively fulfilling things to do in my opinion. And one thing that I've become fancied on over this past year is paintings. While I do definitely prefer digital art over the convenience of having a thing that lets you choose from unlimited colors and the ability to fix mistakes at a moment's notice, there's something about physical art, particularly with paintings, that you kind of just don't get from digital. The fact that it's tangible, the fact that you can hold it in your arm, the fact that you can put your hand over it and feel every brush stroke and texture on it. That's just something you don't get from digital art that I absolutely enjoy. And because of that, within this past year, I've noticed myself creating a lot more pieces of art in general, and particularly of paintings. I was usually planning on showing off all the art I've ever made, though I also recognize that most of the art that I've made that's good has came usually within this last year or so. I don't think you guys really want to see like a really poorly drawn gumball. So I have 6 paintings that I've made within this past year, and I'm just going to tell you about them, tell you my thought process, explain any badness I guess, and overall just celebrate my birthday. If you go into this video expecting a deep dive into the history of painting or any actual substance, I'm sorry. This is just, this is my victory lap of sorts. A way of saying thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Alright, let's get to this. Yeah, I wear glasses, so what? Alright, first painting up here. I actually made 2 paintings on the same day. It was December 31st, 2023. At that point, I had made no New Year's video, and I was kind of bored. It was New Year's Eve, had nothing else better to do. I was still awake for some reason, so I decided to just take out these boards I had and painted something. The first one I ever made was this. I will show a better picture later on. This is a Charlie Brown portrait of him doing his iconic him leaning across the little wall, I guess there is, and just saying, "New Year and same me." I honestly think this is really funny because I can use this for every year, and no one will be able to tell. Right off the bat, there is a bunch of messes with this. Once again, it was my first time really doing a proper painting piece, I guess, and such. You're going to see a lot more errors. I think this kind of goes away the more I'll show you, but yeah. For one, the bottom, as it goes on, you can see there's a lot more white spots because I was trying to treat this like regular drawing. That's an issue. The line art is very inconsistent. There was a point where I messed up a part, so I just painted over it, and oh boy, can you tell? The text is barely legible. There is these blots all over it. You can even see a little bubble poking out. Overall, this painting is very rough. It's something Charlie Brown would make, and such, I'm proud of it. I really like this painting. If given a chance, would I remake it and would it look better? Oh, definitely. But there is a charm to your early work. Even though it's really rough and doesn't really look that good to anyone else, I don't know, there's a charm to it, and I think it helps actually show. I think it just makes the later paintings that much more inspirational in a way, being able to look at an old one versus a new one and go, wow, look how I've improved. And that's another thing with physical art. The fact that it doesn't really hold your hand like digital. With digital, you can cheese a bunch of things, and even sometimes if you want to, like go into it and fix it at any point. With paintings, it's kind of permanent. Once you do a little thing, you can't really erase it that easily. This is something not even like hand-drawn art can accomplish. At least that has an eraser. Here, once you finish it, it's just, yeah. And because of that, I kind of like it. Moving on to my second one, which was made the same night. This is a version of a painting based on a piece of art I made back in November 2023. I don't think I posted this anywhere besides like my Newgrounds. That was just mostly made for me because I was just really in the mood that day. And I wanted to try and translate that into this. What's notable is the horrendous colors you can see. And that's because when I was making it, I decided to test a certain thing I saw in a Tomska video. And where he tried to do this tie-dye thing where he drew the main character, put some tape over it, and then put a bunch of paint on it and kind of just like mixed with it, and then took off it in order to reveal this cool little background. I want to try that, that seemed fun. I didn't have normal like tape for this, so I just grabbed a regular duct tape, put over my character very badly, then I just drew a bunch of paint on here. It's definitely rough, and I don't have much of an excuse for why, but also, I don't know man, this looks kind of cool. Also, Avatar versus real life me, the resemblance is uncanny. I really like this. I think it looks fun. And it's also, once again, a good testing ground for other things I have here. Moving on to January 8th, I actually went ahead and bothered to put the dates on some of these. Very simplistic one. Beep Beep, I'm a Sheep. I was getting into Asp's movie, and if you guys have seen my channel, you will know I like Asp's movie. Actually, if you watch my channel, you think I hate it. But I wanted to try a very simplistic thing. While these other ones had full color, I wanted to try one without color. One that was just simply line art. And honestly, it's not that bad. I think there is a few issues you can see with it. For one, what is going on with this one sheep with the sunglasses? And very obviously, this isn't like 1-to-1 with the art style of Asta, but it's still fairly simplistic overall. And I don't know, I think there is a fun to just drawing basic line art without needing to do a bunch of colors. I think it's fun. Oh boy! So we skipped a few months over to July. I don't really know why I stopped making paintings, but whatever. July! I got into this really dumb show. It's called Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Expect a 2-hour-long video about it, like, someday. But I got really into the show, and I decided to make some, I guess, fan art of this. At the end of Season 1 of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Star destroys her wand. After a huge explosion happens, she finds her wand inside a little thing, and it kind of just comes back to life through a little random gag. And for the rest of Season 2, her wand is basically split. It is a new design, and half of it has her little, like, star, and the other half is blank. We later come to learn that Ludo, the antagonist of Season 1, had came across the other half of Star's wand, taking the form of this more rock bone type thing, the bone very much being Toffee, who was holding on to it. And I thought this was really cool, honestly. The fact of having two wands that were so equally different, but also so equally as powerful. Star mostly used her wand for good, except for the times when she didn't, and Ludo mostly weaponized the bad part because he didn't know any spells. It was such a cool idea. And one idea that always came in my head when I was like looking at this was just what would happen if you had a piece of art that kind of like combined the wands into one. Since, you know, the star is very much two halves of it. So I made this. As you can see, the first half is Star's wand as it appears in Season 2, and the other half is Ludo's. As well as you can see Star's hand reaching out and grabbing it, and Ludo's hand grabbing the other half. very much nice symmetry. You also have these really nice colors on them. Star's colors are a lot more happy and cheerful and bouncy. You got your oranges, your light greens, your pinks. Ludo is a lot more darker, so you got your darker greens, your blues, your dark reds. I didn't really know what else to do because I have a limited color palette, but yeah. And honestly, I'm actually really proud of this one. This is like one of the first pieces of art after these like past three that I can properly say I like. It was challenging trying to figure out how to like match the wands, so even though they are very much different, if you put them next to each other, they wouldn't look off. And I think I had a good balance. Also, another thing you're going to be noticing with this is how this is my first time where I didn't actually use black paint as the outlines. Here, I just Sharpied it, which I think originally I was just going to do paint, but then halfway on I decided to like go over it with Sharpie, and I kind of realized how good it was. Obviously, yeah, I feel like if I practice harder, I could probably get paint to look better as an outline, but at least to me, it's kind of odd with me. I always feel like I have to go through it multiple times or else it's going to look really translucent. You can actually see it with the Charlie Brown one, if this camera even sees it. But yeah, I'm trying with this one, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this fan art, and as much as I have a divisive opinion on the show in general, I do have a soft spot for it. I love Season 1, and even though I don't really like Season 2 that much, I think it's fine. I still do like the ideas it brought in some parts of it. I don't hate it, unlike Season 3 and 4. And such, I think this fan art just shows a nice little appreciation for the show in general. Moving on, SpongeBob! Yay, my favorite show! I should talk about it more often. I love SpongeBob. And this, specifically for you SpongeBob aficionados, is a repaint of the Season 2 episode on Your Shoes Untied. My basic idea with this one was just to go ahead and just recreate it because I don't know, I think it's fun to always... I'm the type of person who would love to have posters of my favorite shows on my wall, but also, I think it's also cool to just make it yourself. Take a screen grab of something you like and then just kind of make it yourself. Not like tracing it, obviously, but like, there's something to it. And honestly, I love this one. For one, I'm iterating more on the Sharpie thing, so when I did this, I basically painted it all first, then outlined it later in Sharpie. And honestly, it came out fairly good. There's obviously like a few issues, like you can see some white poking out from the part that I didn't properly ink right, but honestly, it's not that bad. In the background, dude, the background. I know I'm just tooting my own horn, but this entire video is that, so it doesn't matter. I love my ability to like actually make this. You have the little white part, and then the white things as the background, and then the little palm trees. And in the original show, it's beautifully made. I'm fairly sure that was also like painted, and it's just beautiful. And while I don't think mine comes close to how elegant SpongeBob art looks, I think I at least did my best to try and replicate that look. And even then, I think I give my own little like flair to it. SpongeBob has the little mouth thing I do. His eyes are more oval shape. His hands are just circles. And even then, I think this works in line. I think this is in line with SpongeBob nowadays, considering the fact he goes so off model. This is basically like a Season 14 rendition of Your Shoes Untied. And honestly, I just love Ween. That's a lie, I just love that single song, but let's pretend I love Ween. Between that and I guess the movie's outro song, Ocean Man, that's just so good, dude. It's so fun. I love this painting. And now for the final piece I've made. Yeah, let's talk about the Digital Circus. This doesn't really come from the Amazing Digital Circus. Well, it doesn't come from an episode. But also, this isn't something entirely original. This, like SpongeBob, was just me taking an image and kind of redrawing it as a painting. Specifically, the Digital Hallucinations music video that's on YouTube. I was listening to music, that one got recommended to me, and I really liked the song. So I decided, you know what, let's try and make a little painting of it in September. And honestly, this is probably my best one, like, on par with SpongeBob in terms of painting, in my opinion. Everything about it, from the blue background to the door not being outlined, to the fact that I'm even surprised I was even able to, like, make something this good. I feel like a lot of people are going to look at my art, or at least the art that I present on YouTube, the little stick figure avatar character, and feel like, oh, this guy is very much not artistic at all. No, I've been iterating. I just don't show you. I actually think my thumbnail for the Aladdin video is also showing how I've improved at art. Honestly, the thumbnails on my recent videos have been really good with art in general. You have like Hazel in the Fairly Odd Parents and New Wish proper series review. Once again, Aladdin the Two Genies. You have the Astef movie entire like intro video I made, which I really am proud of. Even the little like animation text thing, that was great. And yeah, this is very much not my art style, but I'm glad that I'm able to make it. Obviously, it took a long time for me to get it exactly right. A lot of looking at the original art, contrasting it with the painting, and overall, I just had a lot of fun with it. I think Pommy's design here is really fun. Obviously, it's not one-to-one with the original design. I think I made her a bit chubbier, but like, screw it, Weeball. I had fun with this. I love the little details of everything I added. I feel kind of bad for saying like the details I've added because it's really just me looking at the image and kind of like trying to replicate it. At least I didn't trace it. But honestly, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I think like this specific scene is just very eye-catching, and I think it sums up Pommy's character out like really well, or at the very least Pommy's character in like the first and second episode. I think she's grown a lot within these last 4 episodes of the show. But yeah, honestly, it's really fun, and I think this also helped me like better understand art in general. How her mouth moves, how the eyes look, the hands. I've historically had trouble drawing hands. So I think like this shows you, like, if I had to extract a message from this, I think it can show how even then, like, practicing making art, even if it's not something you 100% made originally, it can definitely teach you different styles and help you in the future of art. I definitely use this in my own work in the future. Like, for example, like recent avatars I've drawn, I've definitely added more detail to the character over time. And honestly, I think this is just one of the reasons why like making paintings are so fun. You're able to see how you've evolved and apply all the things you've done in the future. There's no way I would have been able to make this back in December 31st, 2023. It was a stepping stone. And the fact that I was even able to do it at all is fun. I love making paintings. And also, I think another reason why I like it so much is the fact that, like, I'm not doing this for profit. I guess I technically am, since I'm making a video about it and I make money from YouTube now. But, like, when I was making these, I wasn't in the partner program. Heck, I never even shared these, like, anywhere besides a few friends. At most, I probably posted, like, one of them to newgrounds. All of these I made were just simply just so I could make them. Just something I could hang up in my room, something I could look at and be proud of. It's just something so pure that I love. I just love this. And you know what? I think I should make one more painting. Now the moment of truth. The time isn't different, shut up. I was heavily debating on what I was going to do for the cake. I thought about putting text to either put happy birthday Maher or thank you all. Because on one hand, this is very much made as a celebration piece for me. Both for turning 18 and also hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. But also, it's a celebration to you, the viewer, who actually decided to watch me enough to let me be able to get to a point where I could potentially turn this into a future career maybe one day. So I decided to leave it blank. Because it's for both of us. thank you for watching my content. And this is painting perfect. No. Is it that good? At least to me, A lot of mistakes. It's kind of messy at times. You can tell I made this within like an hour or so. But also, there's sincerity to it. And that's something I think sums up all my paintings. And I hope showing you this rough history of mine entices you to make your own paintings. Or anything, really. Like I said at the start, art is one of the most fun and rewarding things someone can do. And if I was able to convince anyone out there to try, even if they fail, at least they have something to show for it. And maybe one day when they grow up, they can look back and think it looks nice. I'm really bad at saying heartwarming stuff without a script. But yeah. Save a spark looking background. I still like this though. And I'm glad to add it to my collection of paintings. Something that I hope to make more of next year. Will I make a video like I did this year talking about it? Probably not. But also, this isn't something I want to stress over. I don't want to feel the need to make a new painting every couple of days, weeks, months. I don't want to feel the need to have to make specific ones to cater to an algorithm or what I think people are going to like the most. I made these paintings because I wanted to. I made a Charlie Brown painting because I like Charlie Brown. I made an Aztec movie painting because I like Aztec movie. I made a Star vs. the Forces of Evil painting because... So I'm going to continue making paintings because I want to and because it's fun. And like I said, I think you should also do it. I think it would be really fun. I think this is a good time to head back to my room. You know, I could get used to this mortal form.
Hey, I found something to help!
Wait, Connor, no! Rats!